it'd be heartbreaking to turn and walk away from the best life and just say later and later and later. When I began preparing this part of this series, I always sent an outline out to the guys, to the worship team and some other people, and I always thumbnail what we're going to talk about. And from here on out, it's not what I had planned. From here on out, it's a completely different changing of discussion and dialogue, and the plans of God are synced up differently than what the initial, just let's talk this through and go it through type of thing is. For some of you that are new to the journey, every year we go through what we call BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals. We present visions and dreams that are beyond us. And since the beginning of Journey, we've had a dream of having an outreach center. This outreach center has been talked about in different ways over the years of how to get to our ultimate dream. And our ultimate dream is to have a nightclub atmosphere, to reach our city for Christ, to say, here's a venue that would allow college, young adults, teenagers, different ministries, different businesses to be involved and to reach our city in a giant nightclub atmosphere that would be open for lectures, for music, for battle of the bands, for Guitar Hero, for just crazy ways to reach our city, and a coffee shop atmosphere in the daytime, and offices on site, all these crazy things. We've planned to go incrementally, and we've planned to move this along logically, so to speak. This past year, we looked at a site, we presented it, we really thought we were really, really close, and it just didn't happen. We learned so much through that process. We learned an incredibly amount, and then we just kind of let it sit dormant for a while because expensive rent, property sizes, all those things just don't match up, haven't matched up. 3 weeks ago, I sat at my office desk and I went to a website here that has all these local businesses and leasing opportunities, and there was more than I've ever seen over the 5 years we've been doing this. So I just sent out little questionnaires and kind of explained what we're looking for and did all this. And by the end of the day, I got my phone buzzing and ringing from different people. And 2 days later, I'm looking at venues that I've never been able to get into before because the owners, the leasers, have not wanted to negotiate and come down to what we can possibly afford or what would possibly stretch us. And we then moved into a discussion, and they took me inside the Quality Woods building. Quality Woods is, the old site is at Highway 14 and 63 on Broadway. Quality Woods has vacated that, and they have a new place on Highway 52 right now. There is 6,000 square feet open and available right now. It is beyond the coffee shop dream we talked about earlier this year, for those of you that remember that and were around for that. The original site we looked at 2 years ago was 2,000 square feet, and that was going to be a stretch. We thought that might be doable. And then 4,000 square feet was what we looked at this past year, close to that roughly. And this is really double what we looked at the downtown site previously, 6,000 square feet. We are now moving from discussions from doing a coffee shop to going right to our big, hairy, audacious dream of doing the nightclub. There is no in between now. It's just, we're there. And it is literally happening so fast, I have not been able to keep up with God at times this past couple of weeks. I haven't been able to inform leaders quick enough. I have to apologize and email and call. It's just happening and happening. This site is truly at the crossroads of Rochester. When we began Journey, well, before Journey officially began, 7 years ago, I sat in my office, my home office, with another pastor. He said, "What's your dream? What do you want to do?" And I had a map of Rochester similar to this, and I drew a circle from Center Street down to the south side a little bit. And that circle was the main goal of Journey. The southeast and the center, the heart of downtown. And here we are kind of on the north a little bit, and God is now maybe moving us back to that exact bullseye that 7 years ago was put on the map. I wish I had the map. I wish I still had that circle. Because this is exactly at that X. And this is big and bold, and this is crazy. They have an outdoor sign, by the way. The outdoor sign that's a part of this deal, it's the brightest sign on Broadway. My oldest daughter, Abby, and I drove by one night. And this sign shines brighter and cleaner than any other billboard on the entire part of Broadway, anywhere. That sign is a part of the deal that we are now negotiating right now. And when I say negotiate, We're not just doing a letter of intent. We're not just shaking hands and discussing it. As we meet here this morning, tomorrow I will present a second draft of the lease agreement. That's how fast this has happened. God has literally thrown this open so fast, and there's really no hookups. There's minor negotiation things happening. We literally could have the keys for this building by the end of the week. And that's scary and that's exciting all at the same time. Because it has everything we want, an easier move-in, an easier renovate, an easier way to do these type of things. Inside the 6,000 square feet, we have the ability to do the nightclub. We have ability to do kids ministry. We have ability to have a multi-stair step. We have ability to do offices on site. And it's going to take a big step of faith. And like Moses and the children of Israel, as much as we've scouted this out and looked at it, I want to be honest, there are giants in this. There are huge giants in this endeavor that we're moving into. So we don't want to just give you the great, amazing grapefruit and show you how cool it looks like. I want to be really clear that what we're looking at requires men and women of faith. Men and women that will step into something way bigger than us and look at the giants and say, it's okay. God's brought us this far. Why wouldn't we go farther? We have the ability right now to renovate. We have to create bathrooms in this facility. There's a tiny little closet bathroom. We wouldn't do it for what we need to have. We need to have, and this is a rough guesstimate because we haven't gone in and really formally done it, but between $8,000 to $20,000 to do the bathrooms, men's and women's, handicap accessibility. And the reason that gap is so huge, I will give you one yay God that happened. Before I even began a lease agreement, the building where we currently rent office space is going to renovate their bathrooms. The manager of the site came and talked to me and said, hey, do you need bathroom partitions for your dream outreach center that you guys are working on? And I said, yeah, that'd be really great. When they renovate theirs, we're going to be getting there. So financially, there's some bonuses here, and did not know that conversation when I'm not going. God just gave us a gift, and this guy's heart's in sync with ours. And so we have bathroom stalls and things that will save us money right away. So $8,000 to $20,000, we don't know, but that's why that's a really wide gap. Our daughter church, by the way, in Faribault, has been doing well. They're coming up on their second year on Easter. They are moving into a downtown site, mini coffee shop type of atmosphere. And they got 100 tables, like those mini tables like are outside here during Bagel Cafe. And there's 100 pedestals. And that need tabletops on them. They're going to keep 50, and we're getting 50 of those, absolutely free. They have 50 chairs from a former coffee shop that closed up that look incredible. We get those for free. So God's already giving us things before we have a building to go to. I don't have a place to store these things right now. That's how fast God is moving and working. But we also have to work on things like the renovating the bathrooms. We have to build a stage. We have to get phone service, internet service. We have to go in there and decorate and paint. It's a 6,000 square feet, a lot of paint. So we're going to have to go in there and paint. We're going to have to go and put walls up for a kids ministry area and create this area, which is absolutely the coolest thing it looks like that what we could do in there. It's going to take a lot of sweat equity, a lot of other financial. And the thing is, we're looking at an incredible, incredible price for this X of Rochester. This is the part that blew me away. When I stood there the first time and I was talking with the guy who was showing it to me, he quoted me the price of the agreement, and I literally doubled over laughing. I bent over looking at him saying, no, come on, tell me the real price. For the entire package of the lease agreement per month and CAM, which would be utilities, snow removal, all those type of maintenance type things, okay? You bring those all together, it's $3,500 a month for us to be in that building. And that includes that sign, which that sign, again, is $1,000 per month just to have on Broadway if we rented it from some other company. $3,500. Now, that sounds pretty steep. Here's where we really begin to re-envision and think about journey.